We got the zero proof spicy clean margarita. I'm actually not gonna drink this yet because I'm not seeing any mint and I wanna make sure I got the right drink. That missing mint opened up a can of worms, and the next 30 minutes were extremely uncomfortable, and it pretty much ruined the $12 experience before I even had a chance to sip it. But here's the thing, folks, if you have a venue, there's a good chance that this is happening right now. And your guests aren't telling you. They're just not coming back. Or worse yet, they're writing a really crappy review. So I was at True Food Kitchen, and if you're not familiar, it's a chain with like 46 locations, and they have this great motto. It's to help you eat better, feel better, and live better. So it's the kind of place that should totally have their non-alcoholic beverages locked down and ready to go. And here's the thing, I almost didn't order one because I've been burned so many times paying good money for glorified juice, or worse, beverage charity, drinks that are an afterthought on a menu, basically just so a venue can say they have them. But I decided to trust them anyway. Here's the thing I need you to understand. When a sober, curious guest walks into your space, opens up the menu, they're thinking the exact same thing. They're not ordering out of habit. They're making a conscious decision. They want to trust you. And this is your opportunity to show them that you really thought about them. That didn't happen here. And here's how quickly that trust was broken down. Now, I want to be crystal clear. I'm not attacking the people who served me. What I am doing is I'm dissecting the systems that allowed this to happen. When the drink arrived, I had ordered the spicy clean margarita. The runner set it down and said, "Here's your spicy margarita." They dropped the word clean. So for a guest who's avoiding alcohol for any reason, that missing word matters. You've taken them from a place of excitement to now a position where they don't trust you anymore. And on top of that, you already saw that drink had no mint in the glass. So I asked the runner about it, and they told me they thought they were out of mint. I found out later that wasn't true. So not only had the venue missed the drink, they missed the truth. And then the bartender came to the table. She told me she forgot the mint, and instead of remaking it, she just threw in the missing ingredient and reshook it. She brought it back and told me everything is going to be all right. But it wasn't all right, because you don't reshake a built drink, you remake it. See, every single one of these moments was an opportunity for hospitality, but that's not what I got. And here's the thing, if this was a gluten-free guest, none of this would have happened. Because staff understands and has the discipline for when a gluten-free allergy is presented. And that same discipline should totally be applied to guests who don't drink alcohol. This is not the time to cut corners. This is the time to shine. I evaluate every non-alcoholic beverage that touches these lips through a framework that I created called VATS: visual, aroma, taste, sensation, and significance. Here's exactly how that drink failed and what it cost the venue. Visually, the liquid looked fine, but floating throughout the glass were bruised mint leaves and loose jalapeno seeds. There was no garnish, and quite frankly, it looked less like a drink and more like a garbage disposal. When you serve drinks like this, it means your guests aren't taking pictures for Instagram, and that means you just lost free marketing. Let's talk about aroma. When I smelled the drink, all I got was lime with just a hint of mint. Scent is crucial to your NA beverages. If it doesn't smell complete, it doesn't feel premium, and your guest starts wondering why they're paying so much money. Let's talk about taste. So the predominant flavors were mint and lime. I couldn't taste the NA tequila, I couldn't taste any of the pineapple, and unfortunately I ended up with a soapy taste in my mouth from the over-extracted mint leaves. When a guest can't taste primary listed ingredients, they start to feel cheated. I felt like I paid $12 for spicy water. Sensation or mouthfeel is next, and the main thing I noticed was that my upper lip was on fire, as well as the tip of my tongue, and there were seeds floating around in my mouth. There was no way I was going to order a second round of this. This was not an elevated experience with premium pricing warranted. But here's the worst part. When I started to evaluate the drink with the visual, the final S, significance, had already ruined the entire experience because everything told me I didn't matter. I wasn't thought of, I wasn't considered. It was beverage charity, not hospitality. If you've got folks who don't drink coming to your venue tonight, who owns that experience? Who makes sure that drink lands with the right name, the right ingredients, and most importantly, the right energy. If you don't have the answer to that, your NA program has a significance gap, and it's costing you repeat business. I left True Food without finishing my drink, but I did tip 20% because this wasn't an employee issue, it was a systems problem. No one in that restaurant was given the training or the tools to work together and deliver true hospitality. That is a leadership issue. If you're a beverage manager, you don't need to rely on guesswork or feeling like a mad scientist to create new drinks. You need a repeatable system. If you want to know exactly what that system looks like and how to stop serving ingredient soup to your guests, click on the video on your screen right now. I'll share the exact blueprint I use to design drinks that command respect. See you over there.